Welcome back to Sutton Bourbon and Smoke. I'm Forrest.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Taylor.
Man, we got that right this time. Let's
Absolutely.
go.
Nailed it.
Nailed it, yeah.
Hey, so today, we're doing something a little different. We're reviewing golf balls.
And I'm doing my best Michael Jackson impression.
Yeah. No, actually, in honor of it being Masters Week, we're actually going to review for you one of these new exclusive bottles we got for you. The Masters Keep Unforgotten. So
Masters Week, Masters Keep.
yeah, Masters Week, Masters Keep.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of bougie, honestly. You know, this fancy glass and box and everything, but
Is this our first one that came in a box?
I guess it depends. Is that E.H. Taylor?
Yeah.
It was more like a tube canister.
A tube, yeah, a canister.
Yeah, so this is a box. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is better.
First box one.
First box review.
Yeah.
First box review.
Yeah. And this is a blend by Wild Turkey. They're taking a 13-year bourbon. They're mixing it with the 8 and 9-year rye to come up with the Master's Keep. Again, Eddie Russell is the master distiller, but again, I'm sure Jimmy Russell has a little bit to say about that as well.
Well, they both know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They've been doing it long enough, right?
They've been around the block.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Man, I was actually really excited to get a hold of this one. A couple weeks ago, we were at grand opening for a local ABC store, right? And they had a bunch of allocated bottles selected, but thought it was going to be a small thing. So we ended up only getting there like an hour early. And man, by the time we got in line, we were wrapped around the building there. So standing in the rain, waiting on it and whatnot. But, by the time we actually got into the store, we were waiting so long, and we were so far away from the table where they were keeping the allocated bottles. I had no idea what they were even going after, or what to even choose. Right?
Yeah.
You know, I remember peering over, seeing some Stag Junior that was gone by the time I got up there. And, what was left, you know, when I got up there was the Elijah Craig 18-year. Obviously, this.
Mm-hmm.
They had the E.H. Taylor.
Sure.
Not the single barrel, but the small batch Bourbon bond to pick from.
Yeah.
Obviously, Blanton's an Eagle Rare, but you can still find that on the shelf.
Right. They had handles of Eagle Rare. They had mounds of Buffalo Trace. And again, we'd kind of resigned ourselves that we're going to end up with Eagle Rare or Buffalo Trace.
Right,
We got around the corner as we got closer, because again, they had a zigzag throughout the store. As we got closer to the front, I remember Forrest saying, they got Stag Junior. I was like, oh my God, they still got stuff like that left.
Mm-hmm.
So as we got closer, then they said, Stag Junior's gone. And so I walked up again, probably a little pouty face there.
Yeah.
Got to the front, and I saw Joseph Magnus was still on the list. And then I saw the Master Keep. So I just started jumping up and down. I was like, hey, Forrest, there's still Master Keep there. So again, some really good picks left.
Yeah,
and,
sure.
And so
sure.
feel really fortunate to have that bottle.
Yeah, so, man, it's going to be a short video today. You know, we're just going to jump in and review it, talk about what we like about it, what the flavor profile is, and we'll go from there. So, we'll start with the nose.
Little tasty taste. Oh, little nosy nose.
Little nosy nose. Man, so I'm getting a little orange peel.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of course, there's some rye spice coming through.
Yeah.
Rye spice coming through with those that blend.
Yeah, a little bit of the caramel. Yeah.
I don't think the proof shows up too much on the nose. I think this is what, a 105 proof.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
a little bit higher than what we normally are drinking, or you might normally see. But
Batch one.
Yeah, a little caramel, a little maple. Yeah.
Almost. I'm getting fruit, but normally I'll get like a medicinal cherry. This is like almost like a dried fruit.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, it's apricot maybe.
yeah, I can see that.
Oh, you already dove in.
Oh man, I couldn't help it.
Okay, should I shoot this?
No,
Please don't.
Okay.
Please don't. Man, so right away, I'm getting that fruit carried over from what I had originally. That caramel that Kevin was talking about. Maybe you got in my head a little bit on that one, but I'm not getting like a sugar. It's like a sweet oak, But man, what I like about it, even though this is a bull rye, right? Like, it's a bourbon, 13-year bourbon blended with 8-year rye and then finished in rye cask. It's not rye forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a great finish, man. You really catch that in the finish, right? Catch that pepper in the finish. It's a good long finish.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like man, I can't nail this bacon spice. You know that I'm
Yeah.
tasting.
Let's see.
Is that nutmeg, maybe?
Could be the bottle is nice enough to let us know that there are warm baking spices.
Warm baking spices.
So
yeah.
does not help you pin that down at all.
Man, I can see the nutmeg, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Man, just crazy good though.
But it's got a good long finish.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, it stays with you. To me, this doesn't drink its proof. You know, at a 105, like I'm not getting the Kentucky Chew or the Hug or anything like
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Like it's definitely warm, but
Yeah. Well, I think that 105 proof, while just a terrible score for golf, is actually pretty good proof for most bourbons. Like we like to stay north of 100 usually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's not to say that we don't like anything below that because there's a lot
Sure.
of great stuff below that, but we're more in that 100 to 120-ish
Right.
range.
right.
This 105 is doing it really, really good.
Yeah. And for me, I look for that as soon as it hits the palate, right? I want something on the tongue right away. And,
Yeah.
and you catch that right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, little gap between that and the finish, but a great start, great flavors. Wild Turkey makes great products, right? I mean, Rare Breed is as good as it gets, right? So this is
Now, one thing I can appreciate about Wild Turkey products, and this one as well, is how balanced the flavor profile is. Like,
Sure.
out of all the things I tasted, none of them was more than the other. You know, it was through and through. Very good, very good. So, and honestly, that surprised me when picking this up because I picked it up because of what it is, right? But,
right.
Yeah.
like I don't like, or I haven't acquired a taste for ryes yet. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
But for this being a bull rye, I mean, this is fantastic.
So you picked it up because of what it is, or because I was jumping up and down in the ABC store saying, "Hey, Forrest, they still got a master's key."
They had 1792 12-year,
Yeah.
and they had 1792 full proof.
And you almost had those in your hand.
Yes, and
Did they have sweet wheat left?
they did have
They
sweet
did
wheat
sweet
left.
wheat.
They
Yeah.
had sweet wheat left too.
Yeah.
And Elijah Craig 18.
Right,
Yeah.
and Elijah Craig 18, and I was standing next to Taylor. I was like,
Yeah.
man, which one do I get a hold of? Because at the time, Kevin was actually ordering his.
Yeah, he was grabbing his Joseph Magnus. Yeah.
You know, and Kevin looks over to me and almost knocked me over. like, man, I got a master's key.
You gotta grab that. You gotta grab that. No, that's good stuff. That's great. Yeah.
I mean,
It's like weird twinge in his eyes.
Right,
Like,
right.
Yeah.
but what tough decisions though. I mean,
Sure.
Elijah Craig 18.
yeah.
The sweet wheat, the 1792 sweet wheat at
Yeah.
what, 30
No,
bucks?
that's one I'm still on.
Jesus.
You know, $35. You know.
Yeah, I mean it's
So-
tough decisions there.
And I think particularly, so this just goes to show, like, we're at a place, it's a grand opening, there's tons of people in line. I think the first people that got there were there at 3 o'clock in the morning, basically
Yeah.
camping out. And of course they took all the BTAC products and all the, the stuff that people are really, really looking
Right.
for. And I don't want to say this is like a hidden gem, but it's something that, wasn't on most people's radar. There was a couple left.
Yeah.
There's a few of those Joseph Magnuses left.
Yeah.
And everybody's flocking to the Buffalo Trace products, and rightfully so. But
Man,
man,
which freaking killed me. Like,
yeah, of course, yeah.
don't get me wrong. Like, there's nothing wrong with Blandon's, nothing wrong with Buffalo Trace, nothing wrong with Eagle Rare. Like, I got Eagle Rare and Buffalo Trace on my bar card at the house, right?
Yeah,
I grabbed the Weller Foolproof already.
Yeah,
I got a Buffalo Trace product.
That was a good pick.
Yeah.
That was a good pick. But those other ones, right? Like the Blantons, the Eagle Rare, the Buffalo Trace, you still find those on the shelf, right? You may have to hunt for the Blantons a little
Sure.
bit more, but
Yeah.
it was wild. All the folks getting the handles of Eagle Rare in front of us and the handles of Buffalo Trace, and hey, like you like what you like, you drink what you drink,
Sure.
nothing against them, but fortunately, because they were making those picks, this was still left when we got up there.
Absolutely.
So,
Right.
we were, I don't know, maybe 150th in line or something.
Oh god, we were
But
so far back.
plus they gave us tickets when we went in. So
Yeah.
they gave away 6 bottles of Pappy.
Yeah.
And again, with only 150 people, right? The numbers came close, right? We were in 6 or 7 plus or minus a couple times of numbers. If we'd have got there 10 minutes earlier, we could have possibly had the opportunity to buy a bottle of Pappy or or
Sure.
6 or 7 minutes later, right? I mean, but it makes it fun, right? I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
That's what makes this one fun. Yeah.
Yeah, at some point we're gonna do some of these bourbon hunting videos. I know you guys have been asking about that, so we'll put some stuff out there. I feel like we're hunting every week at this point.
Yeah.
My wife will tell you that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like just like trying to grab tickets to the Masters, some of these things are just really rare, and you're very fortunate when you find them. And I think we were very fortunate to find this. So we hope you enjoyed this review. We certainly did.
Well,
Yeah,
and as you can tell, right, this is not something we put behind lock and key, right?
we're drinking.
We've had it 2 weeks now, and you can see we're definitely put a dent in it, right? I mean, that's the
what it's there
thing,
for.
right?
Yeah.
When we get these bourbons, right, the things to drink. If you watch the Netflix special Neat, you'll see one of the master tasters from Buffalo Trace, and that's what he talks about. He ended up because his grandfather and father worked at Buffalo Trace. He ended up with got 2 bottles of Pappy, and he was opening one bottle, poured it for his dad and his brother. They shared it, and he only poured them a small sample. His dad said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Hey, this is rare stuff. I don't want to drink it all." And his dad said, "Hey, pour it all out. We're going to enjoy this." They shared stories. They poured the bottle out, and within before the year ended, he lost both his brother and his dad. So again, that's the worst thing that could happen, right? Is you end up with a bottle like this, and you die with it with something left, right? So we're going to enjoy it. This is one we definitely enjoy.
I think Ernest Hemingway said, "Never wait to kiss a pretty girl or open a good bottle of whiskey."
Absolutely.
That's a good quote. That's a good quote. Well, hey, if you like what you saw here, like and subscribe, and we'll be back next week.
Hey, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell anybody, right? Hop aboard the Sutton Bourbon and Smoke. I mean, we're just 3 guys that enjoy bourbon, and hope you enjoy the content.
And whether you like it or not, drink responsibly.